So, where are we?
We're in Patagonia, baby.
Okay, specifically where in Patagonia, and what phase of our trip are we in?
Well, this was step 2. This was phase 2 is Torres del Paine.
And we hope that our border pass from the airplane is working. So, we'll see how all this goes. We have 10 hours on this.
10 hours.
On this bus. But scenery is not too bad overall. Gets a little flat. No more beautiful mountains.
Snow-capped mountains. No, not yet, not now.
Not now. Argentinian immigration and our bus. A little bit of stress because we did not have our SAG forms filled out for Chile, but we were able to do it here.
Most of the ride has been this view.
Looks kind of like Texas to me still. So we're in Chile. Made it through the border crossing, which was interesting, but not bad. And so now we have to get across the Strait of Magellan again. This time it's not going to be nearly the comfortable trip we did it in last time in the Australias, but rather we're going to be on our bus getting on this ferry and going across. But I do think it's about a half-hour ferry ride across. My frozen girl. We're at the Inanada Hotel again, just back in Punta Arenas. This is where we started out. Different room, but just charming and homey and comfortable and clean and good people and a good breakfast in the morning. So that'll be nice. So where are we at?
We're in Patagonia, baby. And technically, we are at the end of the continent.
Yes.
South America.
Yes, we did Cape Horn, but we weren't able to actually land there because of the waves.
Okay, that's the end of.
That's the end of till Antarctica. That's as far as you can go.
We were in Ushuaia, which is.
Well, it's technically billed as
the southernmost city in the world because it is a city.
Yes.
But it's on an island.
But it's on an island.
So where we are now is on the continent, and this is the end of the road.
It is the end of Route 9.
Route 9. And
you can't go any farther. You can hike a little bit further towards a little bit more of the continent. But this is it.
Yeah.
So the big question is how the heck did we get here?
Well, look at this little guy. This is our camper, our home base for the next 2 weeks. We just picked it up an hour ago, and we were this close to the end of the continent. This little guy brought us down 20 kilometers of dirt road to get to here.
To the end of the continent. You can't drive any further without crossing water. So,
so this is our little...
This is our place, and we're going to stop here and give you a little quick tour.
Okay.
So we've got a Nissan, I think it's an N300, four-wheel drive diesel, so it should be fairly efficient. There's nothing particularly fancy about the interior. It's just a good, solid little truck. 5-speed diesel. 6-speed, yeah, you're right, 6-speed. So a little bit different, but in here is the toilet. It's a chemical toilet, so you pull it out if you need it. and use it in the great outdoors. I guess you could put it inside if you had to.
Probably won't be using this. but
Probably.
we're
And this,
Probably not going to use this.
we're probably never going to use this since it's so cold. And we're not really prepared for outdoor showers. Keys, yeah, that's the purple key. You get that open. I'm going to show the back a little bit. There's a ladder that goes up on the roof, which he said, I can't imagine why you'll ever go up there, but he didn't realize that we'd go up there and take videos. We'll step inside to our humble abode. Already got our gear stashed. We have a kitchen, a small kitchen, just hand pump water, or no, it's electric pump water, so we've got a little bit of water. 2-burner stove, little dining room table. Got some storage, and then we're not going to flip it down now, but this just flips down and creates the bed. So you sleep in here. Once the bed is down, you have this much space to live in. So we're going to see if we want to put the bed up or down or how that works for us, because we intend to be more out here than in here. That's just the way we roll. So we'll hop on down here, take you around the other side. We got this through Camp Panda, and the guy who owns this has several campers, and they're all good and just a great family to work with. So we're going to highly recommend him. Got 2 tanks of gas, LP, propane in here. We're used to that. Burns diesel. Fresh water. He said it's at least 100 liters. And yeah, so we are here at the end of the continent, and I think you can take this trail and go a little further, but we're actually not going to walk to the end of the continent today. We're just going to drive down, because we didn't plan on this. This is a bonus, and since we didn't get to land at Cape Horn, and technically Ushuaia is not the southernmost city. There's a little further that I guess Puerto Williams. There's a little contention about this.
Now has a hospital, so they claim they're the southernmost city.
Yes. So if you could read this through all the stickers, it says Fin del Camino, end of the road. And if we'd been on our game, we'd have shiny happy traveler stickers that would go on there, but we don't. So
I couldn't even read that.
We are headed out, and we're headed up to Torres del Paine.
Forte Natalis, grocery shopping, Torres del Paine. We're getting all those.
Yep.
Get all that.
This is our first travel day in our new rig, so we're excited. See you later. Little bus here at the end of the world.
Well, hey, baby. I've been to the end of the world looking for you. Going my way? I'm heading north.
No other place to go.
Can't go any further south, so I'm heading north.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby. This is this way.
We are headed north. Nothing sexier than a girl driving a big old diesel 6-speed. Yeah, but you have a lot of experience with this, with your Pop's truck.
Yeah, don't hit the sheep.
Don't hit the sheep.
You would be sorry.
You would.
If I rammed him.
Just a fun 1-lane bridge, going over some water. Goes past some cows and out to the ocean. So this is a marker celebrating the center of Chile. But if you'll notice, the star is way down here in the south. And Chile goes all the way up there. But they consider that they own all the land down to the South Pole. So from the South Pole to here is what they consider the center of Chile, which I think might be a stretch, but that's what they do. So our first camping in our camper van. We're just on the outskirts of Torres del Paine, and so we get to wake up to this in the morning, which, let's be real, not half bad. We're gonna take this beautiful rainbow sitting low on the mountain, and we're gonna say it's a good start to our hiking here in Torres del Paine. Mirador Lago Toro, which I think is just Lago Toro Overlook, but it's okay. This is Gray Lake. I'm not sure what the big mountain that just got obscured by clouds is, but this is all Gray Lake. Lake Paine. It's a little bit rain, a little bit snow, a lot of clouds. It's still beautiful. So then that comes to, where the heck have we been staying?
We're in. This is Ferdinand.
Which you've seen on the outside. We did a little bit of a walk.
We did. So Ferdinand Magellan, because we are exploring in Ferdinand. And we have slept, I think we're at 5 nights now.
5 nights, yeah.
Tonight's our 6th night in here. Loving it. I'm warm. I was worried about being cold. I am warm. Couple of propane burners and a little sink for cleaning.
By the time we cook, the place is warm.
It's
literally, we're sitting on the bed. We get a little. That's about as much space as we have, and you can probably see our kitchen in the background.
Step into the kitchen, step back. But and then only a 2-seater truck cab up front. But he's great. He's a 4-wheel drive, and he handles well. Yep. For a diesel, he's very quiet. I love Ferdinand.
Okay, downsides: no bathroom.
Oh yeah,
no bathroom.
Yeah.
So got to be able to pee outside. You can generally stop in the ranger stations and places like that for anything else you might need. They do have a small chemical toilet that is in the side compartment, and it would either be really cold outside to do that and deal with it, or you'd have to bring it inside and out. We accommodate with nature, and the ranger stations seem to work pretty good.
And I'll say this: so we've had 5 nights. Tonight's our 6th night. We paid. There's only one night after the big Torres del Paine. We paid to stay at the campground in the park. $35 for a spot just to get a bathroom with a hot shower. The showers were
not hot,
lukewarm at best, and but we did wash some clothes and wash ourselves. But it was cold.
It was chilly. Cold. The lights weren't working, and it was getting dark.
And it was by far our worst view of the spots we'd stayed in, because you're in a campground with trees and other campers around you. So we didn't have the views that if you just stay in the places they let you stay. There's 4 officials, 3 entrance spots, and a main visitor center. They say you can park at all 4 of those. One of them is closed while we're here, so that leaves us to 3. And then there are 2 other, the Catamaran Launch and Lago Gray Hotel, those 2 places. So technically 6 places you can park. One of those is closed while we're here. Right. So
now we stayed at a river by the ranger station. Remember the name? Armarga, that's it. I think so. Something like that.
Yeah. On the eastern side of the park, on the northeastern side of the park. We've stayed there, and that was our favorite spot. So we went back there twice.
Did that twice. Yeah. You get a view of the towers, kind of off in the distance. Actually, not really off in the distance. They're pretty right there.
But you're by a river, so it's pretty peaceful. Quiet. Yeah.
That was our favorite.
That was our favorite.
And boy, the first night stepping outside. I had to get up in the middle of the night and opened up the door and was just blown away by the stars, which of course we're North America, so we've never seen the stars of the southern hemisphere. At least I hadn't. You have. And it was just completely clear, and I was just blown away.
Milky Way.
The Milky Way is just right there in front of you.
And we've had clouds since that night, but that was a gift.
It was a gift. So if you're here and it's clear, take a little time, even though it'll be cold and windy. But get outside and just you'd be blown away by the show that you see at night.
Yeah, The stars are amazing. The very first day we were here was rainy, cold, miserable, windy.
Yes.
Been windy the whole time. But so we did 2 short hikes, and Mirador, Condor, up and straight back down. Very short, but very steep.
Very windy on the top.
360 around, beautiful. Gotta quit. Anyway, and then the second short hike we did that day was Mirador,
Cuernos. And Salto Grande waterfall.
And the Salto Grande waterfall was on that hike. Underrated.
Underrated.
Very, what'd you say?
Fairly short, but good payoff. Easy walk, good payoff. To see the Cuernos translates into horns. Like a bullhorn.
Mm-hmm, so the mountains, 2 mountains go up, and you can see the peak in between. Low effort for high payoff.
High payoff. And it was beautiful. Yeah. Windy. Everywhere you'll hear that. Everybody says it. They don't lie. It's all windy here. Mirador Condor. Have no idea the actual height, but it's a beautiful view. And then right down there, you might see a little tiny white spot that is the fan, which we might be calling Fernando. We're not sure yet. There it is. There's Fernando. 30-minute climb through rain, snow, but I think it was worth it. Did we mention wind? I think that's just an ever-present thing here in Patagonia right here. But the 360, not bad. Not so bad at all. That pass was intense. Who are you, buddy? You are so beautiful. If we walk towards you and Melinda picks up my glove, would you give us a nice flight? I bet you would. We're just going to come real slow, okay? We don't want to scare you, but I don't think you're going to sit there for us. Or maybe you will. Oh my gosh. What are you? Vulture, we're not dead yet. Look how pretty you are. Just gonna go a little ways, huh? We're at Salto Grande. I don't know how much you actually hear here. Very windy, but golly, what a beautiful waterfall. And I'm falling, push me forward. There we go. And it goes down that way. Where are we, babe?
We're in Patagonia!
Yeah, where specifically are we?
Salto Grande is the big waterfall in Torres del Paine. And it's beautiful. It's windy and
amazing, huh?
Amazing.
Does adventure await or is it already here?
Adventure awaits here.
And it's Patagonia, so the wind was beautiful, and now it's crazy windy again. So we thought we were cool in our little camper. Then these guys showed up, and that is just awesome. Love that rig. That would be so cool to drive around in. And stopped and talked to them. Nice people out of Germany, spending 2 years down here. So they might go up to North America, but they haven't gotten bored with South America yet, so that's pretty cool. And cute.
Hey, welcome to Patagonia. Second night in Ferdinand. Torres del Paine, our first night in the park. Yeah, we're excited. Tomorrow's supposed to be beautiful.
And where are we going tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to do the Towers hike, Mirador de las Torres, because it's supposed to be beautiful, and you got to do it on a pretty weather day to see the towers.
Perfect. And this
Today
is our view out our side window, which ain't too shabby. And our view stepping out the door, also not too shabby. So it's 6:30 in the morning. Spent a little bit of time out this evening, 4 in the morning, taking photos of the southern planets and stars and the Southern Cross and everything else, and it was pretty amazing. And then you wake up to this. So we did the Mirador Condor the first day and Salto Grande with Quernos, which we thought was good. What was our second day of hiking here?
the second day was Torres del Paine.
Oh yeah. What was that like?
It was tough.
It's tough.
The first 2/3 of it are not bad.
They're hard. They're not easy.
If you broke it into thirds, the first part is by the river and then the middle part is rocky and uphill, but not bad. And then the last 2K is rocky up.
Big boulders.
Went over some snow patches.
Yeah, it was hard, and you've got to be ready for it.
Technical and steep.
Technical and steep. I would say that's a good way. I use walking sticks. Melinda does not. For me, they're invaluable just for coming down. So you know, but it was worth it. The payoff was worth it. We got up there.
And again, everybody says pick your best weather day to do that one, the Towers hike. And we did, and we got up there and saw them. We got up there at 1 p.m. and saw them for about 5 or 10 minutes before the clouds rolled in. So if people who went earlier got it, people who came after us, the towers were covered in clouds. Yeah,
we had kind of intermittent clouds in and out, but it was starting to get a little cloudy around the top.
So go in the morning if you want the best. You got to get up. We started at 8:30. Got there at 1, just to give you an idea.
Yeah. And we're pretty good hikers.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd say we're solid.
We stopped 10 or 15 minutes for lunch, but...
we weren't the fastest on the trail because we were not the young people, but
we're not the slowest
But we're
either.
not the slowest either, even in our age group.
But that'll give you an idea of how long it takes you to get there. So starting earlier would get you up there to have clear... Because it gets cloudier as the day goes by. That's happened all 5 days we've been here. So It gets cloudier as the day goes.
Well, no, I'm going to do a video.
Oh, a video.
Where are we at, darling?
Babe, we're in Patagonia.
Where in Patagonia are we today?
So today, we're picking the best weather day to do Mirador las Torres.
Is that those mountains up there?
The towers.
The towers.
So
Wait.
it's behind this mountain.
Yep, can't really see them from here, can we?
No.
We could see them earlier.
But we're going to get to see them close up.
There they are.
So it's the main hike in the park, and pick the best weather day where the clouds are off the mountains to do it. And I guess we got the best weather day.
We did.
Sunshine and about low 40s.
Low 40s, I'd say.
The wind is not strong right now.
Probably get worse up there.
We're prepared for it to get worse.
Yep.
We have lunch and water and cameras. We think about an 8-hour hike.
It's called Passing the Wind. And we went from hot to having a really cool, chilly wind. There's Melinda down there ahead of me waving. Is the Refugio on the way to Torres del Paine. There is an opportunity here for a bathroom if you need it. And there's also water over there because somebody made me carry like 18 gallons of water.
Also, always good.
Always hydrated.
On you.
But there is the opportunity to fill up.
Did we know that?
No, we did not. And they have a very cool sleeping area here if you're actually doing the W. Kind of elevated. And looks like it doesn't. Yeah, there's a little door up in there. You go climb up in, and you're at least somewhat out of the elements. No bears or anything here like we have, so I don't think you have to worry about that. Giant sloths, they're extinct, dear. Hey, babe. What's around the corner? Is it adventure?
Adventure's right around the corner.
It is.
Adventure.
You gotta see what's around the next corner, huh? That's one of your mottos.
Torres, Las Torres de Paine. The three towers.
Let's go see them.
And this is white stuff that's coming down. It's called nieve.
Uh-huh.
That is snow. That nieve. But
let's go get it.
Hermosa, beautiful day. Adventure.
Around the corner. So it was a incredibly difficult climb, I would say. Melinda, who's a very experienced hiker, said it was probably one of the hardest and most technical. Oh, I do see a little bird. Hey, little bird. You made it onto the video. And anyway, Melinda said it was one of the hardest ones she's ever done, and certainly one of the hardest ones I've ever done. That section was the rocks.
Yeah.
The rocks.
And the steepness.
The steepness and the rocks. Yeah. But we're here. Yeah, actually, I'm not going to video going up and down, but it looked an awful lot like that. And I'm going to zoom in to some of that. It was less than pleasant, but we made it successfully, and we had a little less clouds when we first got here, so I got some photos of it. But it was a little cloudy, but not quite this bad. But I don't actually mind the clouds. They look like some sort of ancient statues are emerging out of history. So it's pretty cool. The lake is pretty blue and pretty frozen, but didn't keep me from getting my hands wet and drinking some of it. Melinda thinks I'm a little crazy on that, but muy loco. See, but we made it. Was it worth it?
So definitely worth it. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, 4.5 hour climb up, and definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it. Just another beautiful panorama of our time here, and the deserted roads, and Ferdinand with Melinda at the helm. And then after that, we took a recovery day, and we did Great Glacier by boat. By boat. You could do that by a whole hike. You could take a catamaran out, start the hike, go up, and then pick up the boat that we took and ride that back and get to see the glacier. So you could do the hike part of it. We just did the boat out and back because we really hadn't figured out that you could do part of a hike without doing an out and back. We didn't know that. We never saw it.
Yeah, so that's a good tip to know.
Yes. But the boat ride was nice.
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
Gave you some pisco sours on the boat.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, but I think it was worth it because it brings you up real close to the glaciers. And there's 3 fingers to the glacier, and it brings you by all 3, and just nice, a nice ride.
It was,
That's a long walk out to the boat, weirdly enough.
The boat ride itself is 2 hours, about 45 minutes of walking to get out there to the boat, and then that same 45 minutes. So allow 4 hours if you're going to do the boat ride.
Yep.
Because from check-in to end of getting off and back, 4 hours for the boat ride. But it was, but they take you right up to the glacier, and it was gorgeous.
Right.
Gray glacier.
So like pilgrims crossing the desert, we have a 30-minute walk across this beach to the catamaran that's going to take us out to Gray Glacier. It's out there someplace. It's supposed to be extremely beautiful, but there's no quick and easy way to the boat, evidently, and that's okay because it's pretty cool out here. But it does feel like you're crossing the deserts. At the Great Glacier, you can hear us. It's beautiful. Eastern front of it. And then the other hike we did was France Valley.
France Valley.
What did you think about that?
France Valley was the weakest of the hikes. It was through a valley. There's been such much fire damage here.
Yeah.
11 years ago, there was a bad fire. 43,000 acres were burned. And things grow so slowly here. So there's a lot of skeleton trees, boardwalk through the low swampy areas. And then you start going up into the valley to see the France Glacier.
Yes.
And we went to that overlook and then turned around and came back because we had to catch the catamaran. But the valley itself,
nice hike.
Nice
it was nice, but it was underwhelming compared to everything
underwhelming.
else.
And I think, for your money, Quernos, which is shorter, and Azul, Laguna Azul, which is shorter.
If you're here and you have the time, and you want to do the W,
everybody
you kind of
talks
have
about
to
the
do
W, and that's the middle one. It's the weakest of the.
Yeah, Cuerno and Laguna Azul would be our choices for keeping and dropping the France Valley.
If you had a day to get.
Yeah, if you were pressed, and we were not pressed to do it, so we knocked out pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So we are on the W trail, and I think towards the big mountain in the center. I don't know which one that is, but I think just off to the left is the backside of the Torres, the towers. I think that's where we are, but I don't know the big mountain. So that'll be something else that maybe I look up. But we're probably not going to be able to do all of the W, but we're going to do a big chunk of it because we have to hit the boat back since we're not staying overnight. Get this really cool boardwalk through this desolate and charred forest. And the reason it's all charred was there was a tourist 11 years ago who burnt toilet paper, which you think is not a bad thing to do, get rid of your waste paper products, but it burnt, I forget how many, 12,000 hectares or something. Anyway, they do the comparison to a city the size of Paris was burnt. And if you look at the greenery, those are the same trees. And in 12 years, they've only come back to shrub size. And some of the trees we've seen have been 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide at the widest. So they've got to be hundreds of years old. So even these little trees are probably 60, the burnt ones are probably 60 or 70 at least. But it's going to take a long time for it to recover. But ultimately, this is a cool boardwalk to get us through some, what I assume is probably wet areas during part of the year, but not currently. So that is the French Glacier. And there's another glacier in there
to
too.
The right. And then pan over to the left. That one that ends way up there is Paine Glacier.
So let me jump in. That's the French Glacier. And that's the Paine Glacier. See, that's just a bunch of snow and ice. A little bit difficult to tell the difference between that and that. But there is a difference in the valley. One more mountain picture. We're headed up to, where are we headed?
Laguna Azul, still in Torres del Paine National Park. It's our last day here.
Little easy hike around Laguna Azul.
It's an easy hike.
And then we'll find another place to camp tonight. And then we head, where are we heading out tomorrow to? We don't know. Oh my goodness.
We're crossing the border.
We're crossing the border, yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
got a whole day built for that.
Today is, yeah, we do. But today is our last day in Torres del Paine National Park. And the towers, Torres.
Our last view of these mountains for a while. That's probably not true. We'll probably take another picture or another video. So any other tips or thoughts on this? I think we've covered it pretty well, and we've done other little video blips that you'll see as we've been in places. So this is our last night here.
Camp Pejo, which is where we paid, did not have hot showers.
Oh, right, yeah.
We did pay for a hot shower at Laguna Azul. They have a campsite there. And we paid the equivalent of $3 US each for a hot shower there, and those showers were hot.
Money well spent. We'd
spent.
worked pretty hard doing some exercises, and
Yeah.
we're okay with being a little bit dirty. But boy, it was nice to hit a hot shower.
That was a hot shower
after the cold shower.
and for $3, very nice. So the campground at Laguna Azul had hot showers, but you did have to pay.
Right, but it was a nominal amount.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Worth it.
worth it, worth it.
Worth
And if you're a little close space, extra worth it. We'll
worth
say.
it. Yeah.
So tomorrow we leave here.
Tomorrow's a driving day. We cross the border into Argentina, and head towards El Chaltén, which is the northernmost that we'll go.
Right.
So it's about a 6-hour drive, plus the border crossing. So it's just really a drive day. We need to hit another grocery store. We need to get gas.
And we'll be there. So that'll be the northernmost part, and then we'll work our way back down to El Calafate.
Yep.
So get the the most northern one out of the way, and then back down.
Yeah.
And then back down to Punta Arenas. But we've got another 9 days. 9 days left in Ferdinand. So we're hoping for more available showers, more continued good weather. We've had really good weather.
Yeah, other than that very first day.
Yeah, we've had the wind can be a little interesting.
Always bring your rain jacket. They tell you that in France Valley. Sunny at the bottom, rainy, sunny at the bottom. So.
And wind and cold can show up at the drop of a hat, and rain, even though it's sunny, layers, right?
Layers, yeah. And if you think the wind has died down, when it kicks, it kicks.
When it kicks, it kicks.
and it'll surprise you with just a kick. So the wind.
Until we get to our next part in El Chaltén.
Adventure awaits!
But time does not.